Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, post-credit successions have begun to show up beautiful habitually in films nowadays, especially on the off chance that they are a piece of a bigger series, which Fast and Furious definitely is. Fast X, the latest passage in the Fast adventure, fills in as the preface to the fundamental establishment's climax. Thus, it has a post-credits grouping that fills in as the principal secret for the impending passage. Dominic Toretto is being trailed by Fast X on his latest and hazardous venture. Jason Momoa's personality, Dante Reyes, needs to exact retribution on Dom and his family for killing his dad, Hernandez Reyes. In the 2011 film Fast 5, Dante arranged his intricate to torture Dominic for over a decade. Dante would rather not acknowledge Dom's demise when agony is expected, as his dad instructed him. This latest section, as is standard for the Fast and Furious series, goes to a wide range of nations and has a ton of inconceivable yet excellent activity scenes. The remainder of this post contains spoilers, as you likely have speculated, so go on in spite of the obvious danger. A few cliffhangers were remembered for the finish of Fast X. At the point when a Fast and Furious film doesn't end with a picnic at the Torettos, you realize this is unique. Fast X had various subplots that required to have been gone on in the 11th film, which Vin Diesel expressed will be delivered in 2025, as well as a huge cliffhanger. All notwithstanding the way that Dom had the option to stay away from for all intents and purposes Dante snares and save his child, Little B, Dante generally had a clear-cut advantage. Dom and his child tumbled into the stream when Dom jumped from a dam with his evade charger. Yet again, despite the fact that they were unharmed, Dante demonstrated that he generally has a plan B when he turned on bombs to explode the dam. The film closes with Dom and Little B under the going-to-explode dam, leaving their whereabouts a secret until the development. And assuming that was the main thrilling consummation this film gave us, Ames, who ended up being Dante's covert operative inside the organization, destroyed a plane conveying Roman Tej, Ramsey, and Ham. We don't have the foggiest idea what has been going on with Don's relatives. The fly crashed someplace in the forest. At the point when Letty and Code, who had both been kept and at last detained in a similar secret office, figured out how to get away, they learned they had been held hostage in an underground prison in Antarctica. Luckily for them, they found a submarine where they experienced Giselle, played by Lady Gaga. One of the unexpected appearances in the film was that each other subplot is Jason Statham's Deckard Shaw, utilizing his stockpile of weapons and supercar to protect his mom, Queenie, from soldiers of fortune employed by Dante. Notwithstanding, after the episode, neither he nor she are known to have made do. Despite the fact that there are numerous subplots that should be handled in the next 11th part, Fast works really hard of setting everything up. We should now discuss the greatest amazement of all. Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne Johnson, is back. The police officer is back. That is precise. The SMAC crew is shown entering a baffling, dull concealing spot in the post-credits, grouping where a telephone is hanging tight for them. Dante explains that maybe Dom was driving the vehicle, however that the veiled individual discharged the shot. At the point when one of the veiled folks picks up the telephone, an individual from the SMAC crew eliminates his cover and protective cap to uncover Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne Johnson, to the crowd. Hobbs acknowledges Dante's challenge, guaranteeing I'm not elusive, prior to smashing the telephone in his palm, as he guarantees him that he will track down him. In the film Fast 5, Hernandez Reyes was killed by Luke Hobbs after Reyes hooligans had previously killed his entire crew in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th movies in the series. Johnson was a common person. Nonetheless, following a fight with Vin Diesel on shooting, Johnson left the fundamental series and decided to make his own side project, Hobbs and Shaw, which was delivered in 2019. Johnson quit F9, and notwithstanding Diesel transparently begging him to return for Fast X, Johnson declined and pronounced he was stopping the principal series in spite of the way that Hobbs and Shaw was a film office hit, its entrancing to worldwide note that F9 brought in about a similar measure of cash. Likewise, remember that F9 was delivered amidst a pandemic. Indeed, even yet, Dwayne Johnson put a ton of trust in his DC film Dark Adam, which was intended to send off another series for him. Despite the fact that this side project was to a great extent fruitful, Johnson's grandiose arrangement eventually fizzled when Dark Adam ended up being a business lemon and DC Studios decided to restart the DCEU with next to no aim of keeping Johnson in the job of Dark Adam. Johnson got back in the game, perhaps in the wake of understanding that Fast and Furious was his most rewarding establishment. Johnson hasn't had a bigger part in the fundamental establishment beginning around 2017's The Destiny of the Furious. Yet this post-credits grouping proposes one for the 11th section. A Hobbs and Shaw continuation has been examined, albeit nothing concrete has been declared at this point. Fast X denotes the start of the primary Fast and Furious series' consistent death, yet this establishment is excessively fruitful to for all time sees. We consequently bet that all-inclusive pictures will want further side project films, and subsequently, Hobbs and Shaw EOV might be thought of. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.